It's lovely to see you all, every single one of you. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. We've been welcomed by wonderful medium Brenda Hodson in church. Welcome, Brenda.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. And also by Deb Clarke online as well, waiting in the wings with Rob to take over the online session a little bit later on. So thank you to everyone for joining us this evening. We will start the service as we always do in that beautiful prayer of protection and love. So I will hand over to Brenda to open the service in prayer, and that will be followed by the Lord's Prayer that we will all say together. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. If you join me in prayer, friends. Divine Mother, Father God, as we open this service tonight, We ask for a golden light to surround the whole of this sanctuary, encompassing each and every one of us here this evening. We send out thoughts of love, compassion, the will to do good, peace, freedom, healing, and God's blessings to each and every sentient being upon the earth. We pray for the children, for they truly are the most precious gift given to mankind. We send out thoughts to the animal kingdom, both domesticated and the free. And we give gratitude and thanks and healing to Mother Nature in all its forms and in all its glory, and especially now in the English summertime. And we ask that Mother Earth be surrounded with love, light, and healing hands. Mother, Father God, as I stand here before you, I pray that I be used as a channel, passing on the truth of eternal life to all people seeking the truth. And may we have a joyful, happy evening filled with the love of Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, the light has gone. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? A little move around for coffee morning yesterday, so everything gets moved, and then we hope to put it all back in its rightful place. But obviously, this was missed tonight. So I'm going to light the church candle. And as we do this, perhaps you could invite your loved ones to come in close to you, should you wish to feel their energy around. And also just think about receiving some of that light into your own energy, perhaps making us feel a little bit brighter for that as we go into the healing part of the service. For those that are perhaps new to divine service here in church, of course those online as well who perhaps haven't joined divine service before, we do the healing thoughts and prayers every single week. It's a very important part of what we do here at Fundersley, and we ask all of you to get involved. So healing, loving thoughts, they're all an energy that can reach those that we think about. They can feel it within their energy. They might not necessarily notice, but we believe that they will feel better for it. So we do just spend a little bit of time now just going into that quiet space within us, opening up our own heart centre, opening up all those loving thoughts, and sending that out from our energy to all those that might be in more need tonight. So you might think of someone that's particularly got a problem or is feeling unwell, or you might wish to just focus it out into the world where it needs to go. And I think that a big group like this, I think it's a very, very powerful thing to do. So what I will do is I'll start by reading the names from our church healing book. Then I'll offer a healing prayer. And then we'll have a minute's silence where we just sit and send that love thought to all those that we know and love. I often think of the person that you're worried about and want that healing to reach. Think about them in your mind's eye and just surround them with loving light. It's as simple as that, really. We're all capable of doing it. So I'll read the names that we've got here in our healing book and those that have been popped online there, those that we want to think about tonight. And then I'll go into the healing prayer, just ask you to join with me in that beautiful, quiet space. So just take a couple of deep breaths if you can. clear your mind of any of those thoughts and worries that you might have in your mind this week. Just focus on love. So tonight our prayers are asked for Darren, Claire, Derrin, Talia, Andrea, Tanya, Linda, Anne, Lorraine, Sonia, Sharon, Billy, Martin, June, Mark, Dennis, Billy, Peggy, Shirley, Barbara, Emmanuel, Veronica, Heather, Joan, Colin, Cyril, Terry, Ron, Nicola Gorelli, Kelly, Annabelle, Bobby, Alison Lay, Linda Weeks, Caroline and family, Dee and David Hunt, Joan, Lewis and John Lewis, Nicole Munners, who's recently lost her baby, so we send healing to that beautiful soul. Craig, Tracy, Myra, Jason, Bets and Christine, Olivia, Erica and Tony. So please join with me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, please surround all of us as we gather here tonight. Help us to connect with that healing light that sits within each of us, and help us to shine it out to the world and to all those that we've named. We send directly from our heart centres, asking you, loving Father, to join with us and help to strengthen this healing energy. Please surround all those that we've named, but also those that we think about in our minds now. Surround them with your healing love and your light. And of course, if there's any extra healing energy created by this group tonight, we ask that it go out to all of those that are suffering and in need. Those affected by conflict and war, those that are homeless, struggling with their emotions and grief. And please also surround our animal kingdom, the world of nature, Mother Earth. And we pray, as always, for countries and people to unite in love and peace. And I ask that you join and surround each and every person joining in prayer tonight. We ask that they too receive the healing energy. And we ask all of this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. So just sit with that beautiful light and continue to send that out and think of loving thoughts. This will be broken by the hymn, Gracious Spirit. It is in the front of your hymn books. Thank you. Gracious Spirit of thy goodness, hear our anxious breath. Take our loved ones who are suffering, with eyes tender care. Loving Father, hear us, Gracious Spirit, may thy presence shed a healing ray, turning all their nights of darkness into glorious light. Loving Father, hear us, Gracious Spirit, shouts thou claim them, be their light and guide. Lead them to the heavenly kingdom, safely by thy side. Loving Father, hear us, Lovely, thank you everybody. I will invite Peter to come and bring us this evening's Bible reading. It's very hot up here though, Peter. That healing energy is huge, huge tonight. It's really hot. Woo. Healing energy.
Hello, Brenda.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
And you too.
I'll be with a clip, Brenda. Is that okay for Peter? So that Brenda can hear. Sorry, Peter. There you go.
Evening all. Welcome, and to all your angels, all here with you. And welcome to those online. Tonight's reading is Jesus talks to the Samaritan woman. Last week's reading was from Luke chapter 10, the Good Samaritan, and it left open questions. Why was the Samaritan chosen for the story? We probably all have a view on this. Perhaps tonight's reading, the Samaritan woman, will shed some more light on it. There was a deep division between the peoples at the time, and the church was in opposition to Jesus and his teachings. And the scriptures tell us that Jesus withheld his deepest teachings from the high priests and the rulers. Jesus didn't just meet the woman in Samaria. He went specially to meet her at Jacob's well, and without his disciples. He was aware of her past and readiness for spiritual development. It is clearly evidenced in Psalm 124 that God is aware of our every being, inner and outer bodies, and can see the direction we are taking here on earth. He came to test her spirit, truth, and soul development. John 4, Jesus talks with the Samaritan woman. Now Jesus learned that the Pharisees had heard that he was coming and gaining baptism, more disciples than John, although in fact it was not Jesus who baptized, but his disciples. So he left Judea and back once more to Galilee. Now he had to go through Samaria, so he came to a town in Samaria called Sychar, near the plot of ground Jacob had given to his son Joseph. Joseph's well was there, and Jesus, tired as he was from the journey, sat down by the well, and it was about noon. When a Samaritan woman came to draw water, Jesus said to her, "Will you give me a drink?" His disciples had gone into the town to buy food. The Samaritan woman said to him, "You are a Jew, and I am a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink?" For Jews do not associate with Samaritans. Jesus answered her, If you know the gift of God and who had asked you for a drink, you would have asked him and he would have given you living water. Sir, the woman said, you have nothing to draw with and the well is deep. Where can I get this living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the well and drank from it himself, and had also his sons and his livestock? Jesus answered, everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again, but whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst again. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water, welling up to eternal life. The woman said to him, Sir, give me this water so that I won't get thirsty and have to keep coming here to draw water. He told her, Go call your husband and come back. I have no husband, she replied. Jesus said to her, You are right when you say you have no husband. The fact is, you have 5 husbands, and the man you have now with is not your husband. What you have just said is quite true. Sir, the woman said, I can see that you are a prophet. Our ancestors worshipped on this mountain, but you Jews claim that the place where we must worship is in Jerusalem. Woman, Jesus replied, believe me, a time is coming when you will worship the Father neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem. You Samaritans worship what you do not know. We worship what we do know. The salvation is from the Jews. Yet a time is coming and has now come when the true worshippers will worship the Father in the Spirit and in truth, for they are the kind of worshippers that the Father seeks. God is Spirit, and his worshippers must worship the Spirit and in truth. The woman said, I know that Messiah, called Christ, is coming. When he comes, he will explain everything to us. Then Jesus declared, I am the one speaking to you. I am he. The disciples rejoined Jesus. Just then his disciples returned and were surprised to find him talking with a woman. But no one asked, what do you want? Or why are you talking with her? Then leaving her water jar, the woman went back to town and said to the people, Come, see a man who told me everything I ever did. Could this be the Messiah? They came out of the town and made their way towards him. Many of the Samaritans from the town believed in him because of the woman's testimony. He told me everything I did. So when the Samaritans came to him, they heard him to stay with them. He stayed 2 days. And because of his words, many became believers. They said to the woman, we no longer believe just because what you said. Now we have heard for ourselves, and we know this man really is the Saviour of the world. There are lots of messages in tonight's Testament of St. John, and it helps to keep in mind during the Testament that women were of low status at the time. The Samaritans and the Jews did not communicate, that Jesus was explaining the great changes were coming to our world, that our communication with God was going to change a spirit through prayer. We are a Christian spiritual church, and this is a spiritual truth. God bless that reading, and thank you. You are now.
I'll keep it just for a second. Okay, thank you very much, Peter. A lovely Bible reading as always. And a big thank you to everybody watching online. Goodbye from us here in church. I will hand over to Rob and Deb for the rest of the service. Love and light.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Deb Clarke. I'm back. It looks like Rob's left me to it. Hope everybody's all right. If you're new, This is lovely. It's nothing to worry about. All we're doing is passing on messages from your loved ones. That's what we're doing. So I'll say a quick few hellos because I know there's quite a few here, and then we'll get started. Hi, Sarah Ann, Judy, and who else? We got Mandy. Hello, Chloe. Lisa. Hiya, Lisa. I see the comments, but sometimes Spirit tend to go to somebody that's far up the list or I can't see. So sometimes I'm drawn to somebody. Sometimes I will hand the information out and we'll narrow it down and see who can take it. You need to be able to take most of it. So when we speak to you, when Spirit and me speak to you, please type up telling us what you can take. Don't just put yes, because we don't know what you're saying yes to. And all I will ask of you is to hold on to whatever we give you, because it will be right. Once I've got to the right person, it will be right, because all I do is repeat exactly what they say. So hold on to everything we give you. Check it out with your family, because sometimes Spirit will involve the rest of your family as well. So check it out with them, and also wait for things to happen if you can't take them, because sometimes it will happen in the future. Okay, and that's about it. And somebody's noticed I'm a bit different because I've moved house, so it's looking a bit bare behind me because it's just blank walls at the moment. So that's where I am. I've moved now, so I'm in Hampshire. So if it looks a bit like boring and plain behind me, that's the reason. Okay, so now you know. So the first person I've got is a lovely dad, and his name's Pete. So if anybody's got a dad called Pete in spirit, let me know. He's also telling me he's an uncle as well. So we've got Uncle Pete, Dad Pete in spirit, who wants to speak to a lady on here, is saying. He's been mentioned in conversation recently as well. So somebody's been talking about him recently, and that's why he's popped in. And also he says that somebody's been reminiscing. So somebody's been looking through old photographs as well. Okay, so Peter, Tracy Knight, okie dokie, Tracy. As I'm talking to Pete, Tracy, I'm hoping this is you. What will happen is I'll go back to the page, and then Rob will start putting the comments up. Once I've got hold of one person, then he'll start putting the comments up, and we'll just speak to the one person. So Tracy, you've got Pete in spirit also. I want to check that on with you as well, Tracy, because Deb can take it as well. He's talking about the month of September will mean something as well. So that's going to be an anniversary, birthday or passing. And he's also talking to me. Pete is also talking to me a mom. He's got a mom with him in spirit as well. So I don't know if either of you have got a mom with you in spirit as well with Pete. Let me know, because he's bringing in a mom to talk to you as well. And like I'm saying, he's talking about somebody that's been looking through old photographs recently as well. That's all right, Maya. So Tracy, is that you, is it? Tracy, can you take the mom in spirit as well? Can you, Tracy? I just want to make sure I'm with you before I carry on. His mom. Let's go with Tracy. I think, Rob. Tracy, can you got the mom in spirit as well, Tracy? See, that's where the confusion comes when you put yes is correct. That's correct, because I don't know what you're saying. Correct. That's all right. I'll sit with Tracy then, Rob, at the moment. All right. But yeah, like I say, just speak to Pete for a minute, because he's the one that's come forward first. But he's talking about the month of September. He's also talking about the reminiscing and looking through old photographs recently. And also, Dad's mom is in spirit as well. He's also talking about showing photographs to children as well. So somebody's been showing photographs recently to children of people that are in spirit as well. Just sharing the love, he's calling it. Sharing the love, Tracy. That's what Pete's saying, sharing the love. Now, he wants to give you cottage pie. So somebody enjoys their cottage pie for some reason. And he's talking about a homemade cottage pie as well, Tracy. This is a homemade cottage pie that he's talking about as well, is Pete. He's talking about also the month of May means something, and also July will mean something to you as well. Now, there is a little Scotty dog in spirit as well, Tracy. So hopefully you can take a little Scotty dog, you know, like one of those Westies. He's bringing one of those from spirit as well. And he's talking about there is a new baby coming, Tracy. So watch for the new baby coming around you as well, Tracy. And you can have a cuddle of this baby. He's telling me it's not family though, so it may be a close friend or something like that. But he's talking about having a cuddle. But you're also, in fact, he's also, you know, the word cuddle in Welsh. I think it's cush, isn't it? And for some reason he wants me to say cush, so I think that somebody somewhere there is a Welsh link in your family as well, or somebody likes Wales, because he's saying, oh, let's have a cush, as they say in Wales as well. Now Pete's talking also, he's making my eye, I've got a problem with my eye at the moment, he's saying. So somebody's got an issue with their eye where it closes. You know what I mean? There's a bit of irritation in somebody's eye. He's talking about that. In fact, he's telling me that somebody's got hay fever as well. Somebody around you suffers with hay fever as well. And he's actually putting one of those antihistamine things, but you know, the ones that you spray up your nose. He's actually bringing one of those as well. So somebody's suffering with the hay fever around you as well. Now I want to go on to the lady, all right, the nan or the mom in spirit that's coming through, because she's actually the one that's got this cottage pie, Tracy. She wants me to give you this cottage pie, but she's talking about people that are on a diet. She's saying people that are on a diet. She's not very happy, because I think all she wants to do is feed. She wants to feed people, and that's what she's doing. People that are on a diet, she's saying, don't eat properly. We need 3 meals a day. She's saying we need 3 meals a day, she's just said to me. Now she's talking about somebody that likes their sausage and chips. Somebody likes their sausage and chips, Tracy. She's talking to me about food at the moment. Now she wants me to give you, or she wants to give you a Victoria sandwich cake, you know, a Victoria sponge. Now with the sponge, she's just put 1 candle on it, which means to me that there's a 1-year anniversary somewhere. Okay, so remember the 1-year anniversary that she's talking about. In fact, she tells me there's one in July as well, if I haven't already give you July. But she wants me to give you this cake. Now she's talking about a link to London. Okay, but she's also talking to me about I don't know where this is. Is it Ealing? It's coming out, it sounds like Sussex to me, but she wants me to give you a link to Ealing as well. So watch for that link as well, because she's talking to me about that, Ealing. She says, oh, there's a new baby coming. There's a new baby coming around you, Tracy. If I've mentioned it again, she's just gone back to it. So she's talking about this new baby. But also there's a wedding coming up around you, Tracy. But this is into next year. She's talking about in the new year, there's going to be a wedding. There's going to be a wedding coming up, she's saying. Making their mind up. When they've made their mind up, Tracy, whoever this is, when they've made the mind up, because she's singing that song, making your mind up, making your mind up. She's bringing that in. Now, they both come, they say, because they've heard you talking about them. So they've heard their names in conversation as well. Now, she comes with a lovely smell of roses. So she's bringing you the roses, but she's also wanting to bring you yellow roses as well, yellow roses. Now, for some reason, I've seen, I'm sure you can do this, but you know when you get the white roses or whatever, and I think you can spray them different colours or something. For some reason, I don't know whether she's got a memory of this or somebody around you like sprays. I'm spraying like the tips of the leaves of the roses. So I don't know where this is, but she wants to talk about that as well. She's heard somebody talking about having new kitchen units as well. I must update my kitchen unit. Somebody's actually said around you, Tracy. I must update my kitchen units. You know what I can see? I can see she's showing me, you know, the plain wood ones, like the oak wood ones. And somebody around you has been looking at the oak wood units and saying, I must update them. They need updating. They need updating. She's talking to me about that as well. But they've both just popped in, no specific. Oh, hang on. I was going to say no specific message, but she's just said to me, she wants you to realise that spirit are around. So I don't know if you've suddenly said to her or somebody else in spirit, are you there? Are you there? And that's why she's come to reinforce that they are around. There are spiritual things going on around you, Tracy, in your house. So I don't know if you've seen things moving or something like that, because spirit are quite capable of moving things. But she's talking to me about that. So be aware that they are around you. And if she comes around you, then it's going to be the smell of roses that she brings to you as well. I think they're going now. I just want to check with the comments. Okie dokie. So I don't know. Yes, didn't think they were about. Okay, Tracy. So they're just reassuring you really that they are there and they are about. Okay, I'm moving now, Tracy. So I hope that was okay for you, because I'm moving on to the next person now, because I've got a lovely dad with me that had problems with his legs, he's saying, before he passed. Okay, before he passed, he had problems with his legs. He's shown me himself in a wheelchair, but this weren't a permanent wheelchair. I used it when I had to, he's saying. He's a granddad as well, so I don't know if he's looking for his daughter on here or a granddaughter, but a lovely granddad. Obviously had problems with his legs, showing me himself in a wheelchair before he passed, but it's only due to weakness, is saying, weakness of the legs, is saying. So he wasn't in a wheelchair all the time. Oh, he's just said to me, I used it for convenience, is saying. I used it for convenience. I can see your comment, Sarah. Did he have a wheelchair or anything? Because he's sitting in his wheelchair and then he's getting out of it. But he didn't like to be in this chair. He liked to be out and about, but I think he got a little bit tired. He's just telling me he used to get a little bit tired and also out of breath. This granddad, got out of breath as well. He's talking to me about that. Okay, he did occasionally. Okay, then, Sarah, let's come to you then. We'll go to Sarah then, Rob. I'll go to Sarah. Okay, come on then, Sarah. So we've got your lovely dad here that wants to talk to you then. Now, somebody's been looking at his photograph recently, he says. In fact, somebody speaks to his photograph as well. He says it's like a, okay, it's, hang on, so somebody else can take this as well. He wasn't out of breath. Hold on then, Sarah. He got out of breath sometimes, he's telling me. Jackie as well, Jacqueline as well. Somebody has, if this is you, Sarah, this will narrow it down, because he's talking about somebody that looks at his photograph every now and again and speaks to his photograph, but it's like he's saying it's like a passing comment, like hello or something, because you're passing. That's what he's talking about. Okay, there's quite a few can take that, isn't there? D Sarah, is this for you then, Sarah? Who else can take it? My dad at KMP, Lindy Patton, Sarah. Well, let's come to Sarah. I'll stick with Sarah. Okay, Sarah, we'll come to you. Let me knock the comments off so that I can't see them. Right, Sarah, coming to you then. Obviously talking about that. Talking to me about the month of April as well. So that'll mean anniversary, birthday or passing. And also October he's telling me about as well. Now, there's a lady with him in spirit, Sarah, called Betty, who wants to pop in and say hello to you. And also your dad mentions the name Anne or Anna as well, that he wants to just mention. Okay, he's talking about that as well. Now he wants to put angels around you. I don't know if you like angels, but it's as if he's putting them around you, as if you've got a nice connection to the angels, Sarah. I don't know if you do the cards, because he's making me do the cards with you, you know, like the angel cards or the tarot cards or something like that, but he's giving the cards to you to do as well. Okay. He's also talking about, he wants me to give you Barney Bear, Sarah. And I don't know what this is, because I know Barney Bear, I'm sure, when I was few years younger than this, there's a meat in Asda or somewhere that's in the shape of a bear, and we used to call it Barney Bear. So I don't know what's going on with that, but he wants me to give you Barney Bear for some reason. Now in spirit, there's a lovely golden retriever that he's bringing through. Watch for the Anne or the Anna, Sarah, you'll find it. And she's down here as well, so she's coming in contact with you. But watch for, there's a golden retriever in spirit as well that he's bringing with him. And he's also talking about a Yorkshire Terrier in spirit as well, Sarah, that he's bringing, just to let you know the dogs are all right. There is a lady in spirit that kept a budgie as well. He's talking about, okay, your dad's bears. He's also talking about a lady in spirit that had a budgie. Okay, he's bringing that in. And he's also got a lady with him in spirit that when she was down here, she was in a wheelchair as well. So she was like on a neighbour link by the look of it. So she might have been in the street somewhere where you lived, but he's bringing her in to say hello as well. He wants to mention somebody down here called Mike. Okay, Mike. Okay, so he's just saying I know of Mike down here as well. He wants to give you the surname of Thomas as well, so that'll mean something to you as well. He's talking about bridges that need to be built around you, Sarah. So there's a few niggles going on that he's describing as well. A few niggles going on. He's not concerned with them, but he's aware of these few niggles that's going on around you as well. Now he's taking you to London. He says there's a link to London with you, but he's talking to me about the London Eye as well. So I think this is going to be more of a, you know, a sightseeing tour. So if he's mentioned Mike, you're probably going to get some news from him or something like that, Sarah. Make a connection or something. Now, yeah, the London tour or something. Okay, he's bringing that in as well. He's also irritating me because he keeps playing with my nose and doing this type of thing. So that's how he'll come with you. But he's also playing with my hair, but he's doing this type of thing. You know, when we used to do this when we were younger, twisting your hair round. He's bringing that in. I think that's a memory. I think somebody used to do that around you as well. Also, he says that somebody, when they were younger, oh, hang on a minute. Somebody, when they were younger, had a favourite doll, as we do when we're young. He just wants to mention the favourite doll. He's also mentioning, he's on to Teddy's at the moment for some reason, Sarah. He's on to Rupert the Bear as well. Somebody must have had a Rupert the Bear. He's showing me the Rupert the Bear Teddy as well. So there's a link there somewhere as well. Wants to link you with Cornwall, especially he's taking me down to Penzance as well. So there's memories there, he's telling me. There's memories there, but also somebody may well be going, because I can see somebody going down that way as well. Okay. You had the Rupert Bear, okay. What's he talking about now? Now he's gone on to nails now, Sarah. He's gone on to nails, nails on your hands. But he's talking about somebody that lost one of their nails on their hands. It just totally come out and it regrew. I think it looks like somebody's actually broke their nail, like halfway down or something, and then it regrew. He's got a memory of that he's talking about. He says, you can remember the Yorkshire Terrier. He's got this Yorkshire Terrier, so it is right. It's just that you've got to remember it. The month of January means something to you as well. You'll find it, Sarah, don't worry. Just wanted to pop in. He says, I just want to pop in to answer your prayers, he's saying. So you've obviously been talking to him. I've got my hands like this. And he just wants to reassure you that I am listening, he's saying. I am listening. Before he goes, he's just taking me into a churchyard now, to a gravestone. And he just wants to point out a gravestone with Thomas on it. All right, so I don't know if you've seen it already or whether it's good. Hold on a minute. There's a gravestone with Thomas on it, Sarah, so be aware of it in case you go in there. You'll know it because it looks like it's got little snowdrops growing around it. So somebody's planted snowdrops. So look out for that if you haven't come across it yet. A graveyard with Thomas on it. I can't tell whether it's a surname or a second name, but it has got little. You'll know it because of the little snowdrops. And he's telling you this because he says, "Watch out for the little robin. Watch out for the little robin." He's saying when you find this gravestone. Okay, but just once he says, you know when he's around. So you're obviously aware of him. He comes with a smell. He likes his aftershave, but I'm trying to get out where he likes. But he likes the old-fashioned stuff like Brut, and he's showing me a bottle of Aramis now as well. Aramis. All right. So that's how it's going to come, with the smell of Brut or Aramis. Okay. Anything else? No, he says, I just wanted to pop in and say hello. So I hope that's okay for you, Sarah. He's going now. He's just said to me, I don't know if he used to say that to you. He's just said to me, I'll love you and leave you. He's saying, I'll love you and leave you, he's saying. But I will be back. He's saying, I will be back. I've got somebody else here with me now. So I hope that was okay for you, Sarah. I'm trying to avoid the camera on here. Sorry, excuse my finger while I change over to the comments so I can see who's commenting. I'll keep having to swap from there to the the screen. Hold on, who I've got here now? Next message. We're on to. I've got a lovely lady here who's saying her name is Bev. Short for Beverly, she says. So if anybody could take a lovely lady in spirit, coming on more of a friend link by the look of it as well. She's got a friend. Now, I don't know whether she means she's got your sister with her or it's her sister, because she's just said to me, I'm Bev. I've got a sister here with me, but I don't know whether it's your sister or her sister at the moment. But if anybody could take lovely Bev, she's got a heart of gold, this Bev has. Heart of gold. She just wants to... it's like she's trying to bring people together. So I don't know whether she means there's kind of a bit of distance in the family or something, and she's wanting to bring people together, or that was just her way where she wanted to bring people together. So lovely Bev, with a sister or her sister with her as well, that's talking about bringing people together. There's a need to bring people together, she's saying, but she's also talking to me about a link to Australia as well. Okay, she's bringing that in as well. So there's going to be a link to Australia. I think it's somebody wanting to go. She's telling me somebody's quite interested in going to Australia, she says. So lovely Bev. Now she's bringing in a gent here, and I'm trying to see who he is, but she's got a dad. Oh, it's a dad. I wanted to say dad. So if you know Bev and you've got a dad in spirit as well, a dad that was quite a good, well, heavy smoker, or he smoked quite a lot, because I'm smoking here with this lovely dad. Okay, let me know. So we got Bev and we got the dad with the smoking that's coming in now. That's somebody on here. So this dad's daughter on here has been actually smelling smoke or cigarette smoke or pipe smoke around them, and has actually commented like, is that you, Dad? Is that you, Dad? So if anybody here has been smelling smoke, let us know as well. He's lovely, this dad. Now, he smoked quite heavily as well, because he's actually showing me stains between his fingers as well. So I know that he's just told me that he smoked more when he was younger. So it eased off a little bit. And he did actually try, and there's some new comments here. Hang on. Sorry, I'll miss the comments because they didn't go up. Hold on a minute. He's saying he smoked a lot when he was younger, and it kind of eased off as he got older. All right, but he didn't give up. Okay, he didn't give up. So he's looking for somebody on here. So who can we take this then? I can take some of this. I want you to take Andrew. Andrew, you can take it, can you, Andrew? Let's go to Andrew then, Rob, because I want somebody that can understand nearly all of it. I don't mind if you don't understand some little bits, but most of it, I want all of it. Right, we'll come to Andrew then. Okay, so this lovely dad. So you should have been smelling smoke around you, and the lady has brought him in. The lady has brought him in. Now, your dad wants to give you healing, Andrew. So you must need a little bit of healing at the moment. He's talking about healing, and he's just telling me that you're not taking enough rest. He's concerned because you're not getting enough rest. But he's talking about that you're not sleeping very well either. It's like you're tossing and turning. It's like I'm thumping the pillars to try and get comfy. And your dad's obviously been watching this. He's also talking about pains in the legs, Andrew. So I don't know if he means him, to be honest, or whether it's you. It's like my legs are continuously aching, or my legs ache. Actually, somebody said that. He's actually heard somebody say, oh, my legs are aching. My legs are aching. And it's like when I'm walking, I'm shuffling along a little bit. Also, he wants to say, be careful, especially going down steps. It's like, little steps, like curb steps, like you step off the curb. Just be aware that it feels like I'm stepping off the curb and I'm going over on my ankle or something like that. I'm a bit wobbly. In fact, he's describing you as a little bit wobbly. So that's what he's concerned about, a little bit wobbly. Hang on a minute, Andrew. He's just bringing his mom. Your dad's mom is coming in. Oh, she's your dad's. I'll tell you what. Your dad. A comment was when his mom come in. It was, oh, she's raging. She's raging. So she's lovely. She's a strong lady, but she's raging because she wants you to look after yourself a little bit better. That's all it is. She's concerned for your health. So it must be concerned for your health at the moment by everybody in spirit, Andrew, because they all want to, oh, this lovely lady, so your nan it'll be, wants to give you a great big hug. But she's a good healer, your nan, because it's like she's putting your arms around you, and at the same time she's healing. She's very healing. She's lovely. So she wants to, as she's saying, send you a love as well. It's all right, I stopped because she's just trying to show me something. Tell you what, I've never had this before, Andrew. She's given me how to say this, coconut. She's calling it, you know that word, I probably won't be able to say it properly, desiccated coconut. I'm trying to work out why she's given me that. Somebody must like it, Andrew, but I'm taking it in handfuls and just eating it. It's so I'm pinching it. Like, I don't know whether your nan used to cook with it or somebody used to cook with it and somebody used to pinch a little bit and eat it, but she's given me that for some reason. So I hope you can understand the coconut that she's giving you. She's also wanting to give you the memory of when we were younger, when they used to bake cakes and we used to run our fingers round the bowl afterwards. I don't know either, Andrew, for something. Just hold on to it, because she's talking about eating out the mixing bowl when they used to mix cake. She's talking to me about that as well. Now she wants to feed you. She's also giving you bananas. Now I know they're quite good, aren't they? They've got potassium in, all right, but she's trying to feed you. So she's trying to keep you, she's giving you nourishment. She's calling it nourishment and vitamins. I think that's what she wants to give you, Andrew. She's talking about that. I just want to go back to your dad, because your dad's come back in. Your dad said he's got somebody in spirit who used to like a tipple of whiskey, Andrew. Your dad's holding a glass of whiskey like this, swirling it round as they did. But there's somebody in spirit that used to have a little bit of a tipple of whiskey. Okay, so he's bringing that in as memory as well. You've got an uncle up there. I think he wants to say hello as well. There is a baby up there as well, Andrew. You should be aware of a baby that's up there as well that they're talking about. Now, you should be smelling lavender from a lady that connects you. The lavender connects you with a lady in spirit, okay, that wants to say hello to you as well. Now, there's Bob in spirit that wants to say hello, and also John in spirit that wants to say hello as well. And also the name, I hope I've caught this right, also the name Hodgkins will mean something. Hodgkins will mean something to you as well. There is also a collie dog in spirit as well. And there's also a little, your dad's saying, there's a little bunny rabbit in spirit from when you were younger. Just bringing you the memory of the bunny rabbit when you were younger. Now, before he goes, oh, I do hear you talking to me, saying, I do hear you talking to me. Now, I nearly called you Andy, and your dad said, no, it's Andrew. So I don't know whether he's reinforcing the fact that you like to be called Andrew, or your dad would call you by your full name instead of Andy, because it's as if I don't like Andy, I like the Andrew bit. I like the Andrew bit. He's talking to me about that as well. Just wanted, I do hear you talking to me. He's saying, I do hear you talking to me. Thank you for your prayers. Okay. And also thank you because you send your prayers up to other people in spirit as well. You're quite sensitive to spirit as well. So you know when they're around. Like I was going to say, lavender connects you with a lady in spirit as well, and also a lady that loved her roses, that had roses in the garden as well. She wants to say hello to you, but you should know her by the roses that she grew in the garden as well. But he's come, he says, just to say hello, to let you know that he is around you. He wants to say that you probably, or it's like he's saying, I can't believe you can do this. You know what I mean? So I don't know whether he believed in doing this when he was here or not. But he's saying, oh, I can't believe you can do this. he's saying. So I don't know what he means by that, but I'm sure you will. Anything else? And before he goes, the name, an unusual name, Maeve, and he's spelling it Maive. So there's a lady within that was known as Maeve as well. But he's just come in, he said, just to reinforce that I am still here and I am listening. And also, I know what you're going through health-wise, he's saying health-wise. And just to reassure you that you are sensing spirit as well. I don't know if sometimes you say, oh, I don't know if that was them or not. But he's saying you do hear spirit, or you do see spirit, you do sense them, and he's just reaffirming that, he says. So he's even though he's a lovely dad, he's blowing your kisses. He's just gone, no, not me, he's saying. Your nan's blowing your kisses, but I think he would blow you a kiss as well. But the name Sydney will mean something to you. Sid in spirit just wants to say hello to you as well. So I hope that was okay for you, Andrew. I'm having to blow your kisses. So somebody wants to blow. Oh, do you, Andrew? That'll be it then. Somebody in spirit wants to blow your kisses, and they're doing that type of thing. I'm blowing your kisses. I'm blowing your kisses. So I hope that was okay for you, Andrew. And I'll leave their love with you. He's lovely. That's quite a good communicator as well. He's quite easy for me to understand as well. Okay, sending the love. Okay, I'm moving on now. Right, let me just have a look at the comments so I can see who's going to respond to this. Lovely lady here. Barbara. I've got lovely Barbara with me. She's singing that song as well. You know that song, Barbara Ann, that type of thing. I better not sing because you'll all go home or something like that, and I won't have anybody on here to sing to. But I think somebody used to sing it to her, and she's raising her eyebrows as if she's saying, oh, Barbara Ann, she's saying. So a lovely lady in spirit called Barbara, who's talking about she must have had a cancer. They don't usually, because I'm not bothered about Barbara and Windsor. Hiya, Mo. I'm not bothered about what they pass with. They don't usually talk to me about it. But she's talking about a cancerous condition as well. But she does say that she did have a NOP for it. So she did have so Barbara at one stage had NOP for cancer as well. But then she's passed to spirit now. So Barbara Ann, she's calling herself that. She's lovely. She's very jolly as well, very jolly. So if anybody's got a mum or a nan called Barbara who's very jolly, that's talking about a cancer condition and must have had some treatment for it at one stage that she's bringing in as well. She's bringing that in. Let me know, because she has actually got a baby with her as well. So somebody on here must know of a baby that's passed from to spirit. In fact, she's telling me she's got 2. So Barbara's got 2 babies with her in spirit. And she's also, I think this is mom, because she's saying to me she's also got a nan in spirit with her as well. So it's Barbara the mom and possibly a nan, but she's got another nan. So there's 2 nans in spirit as well. And she's talking to me about a new child that's been born recently down here. She's a new grandchild that's been recently born down here as well. She's bringing that in as well. She connects with somebody down here called Tracy, because she's talking to me about Tracy as well. So if anybody can take Barbara in spirit, the link to Tracy down here, the link to cancer as well. Also 2 nans in spirit. Both nans have gone to spirit. Her and the other one has gone to spirit as well. She's also aware of somebody called John in spirit as well, a dad. So you might have a mom, and also there's a dad in spirit called John as well. But if it looks like nobody's taking it at the moment, so I might have to move on with her, because I'll move on pretty quick if don't want to waste time. If nobody can take her, she's lovely. She's very jolly. She's here to jolly people up. You can't take the Barbara. Well, that's the name, so it can't be you then, Chloe, I don't think, because she's shouting Barbara Ann at me and singing that daft song. No, not John in spirit. Don't worry too much of the names that are passed through, because you might not know them all and you might have to go and research them to find them. So the names I mentioned, the most important name is Barbara Ann. you know, the song Barbara Ann that she's singing. If you can take her, that'll be the main thing, because the other names that come through, I'd expect you to probably to find them out later on in spirit, because you'll find out the names later on, but we need to focus on Barbara. So if you can take Barbara, let me know. But she's talking about a child that's been born since she's been up there as well. She's talking to me about that, and she's talking about the cancerous condition as well. If you can't take it, I'll move on, because I've got somebody else. I've got another lady with me anyway. So I'll move on from Barbara. Hopefully somebody can take it later. Move on from Barbara. Parker for a minute, as I'm saying. Parker. I've got a lovely lady that's just... I've got a nan coming now. People call me Barbara. Debs. I'm Deborah Ann. That's the same as me, Debs. Yeah, no, she's telling me... she's shouting Barbara. I'm Deborah Ann, but people sometimes call me Barbara. Debs, can you take any of the rest of it? There's a baby that's... I don't want to make it fit. Christine Murray, my friend, she was called Barbara Ann. My friend has recently passed. She was called Barbara Ann. Can you take the John? So it's between a couple of people at the moment. Hold on then, Christine. Hold on then, Deb. Let's give you a little bit more. I mean, there is the John in spirit as well that she's talking about. She's talking about baby that's been born since she's been up there. And also she's got 2 babies with her in spirit, she's saying as well. The 2 babies that are in spirit with her as well. Now, there is an Irish link, because she's talking to me about an Irish link. Okay, she's talking to me about that as well. So there is that kind of link as well. It was a joke we had. John is my grandfather and great grandfather. Let's go with you then, Debs. Let's make sure. Let's go with you for now. And if you can't take it, I'll move on. But hopefully, she called you Barbara Ann. I'm Deborah Ann. Irish link. Okay, Deborah. Debs. Are you Deborah as well? Because I'm going to call you Deborah the same as me, because I'm Deborah Ann as well. 2 babies, yes. Let's come to you then, Debs, with this lovely lady that wants to say hello to you. She smells of perfume as well. She's got a lovely perfumey smell, but she does like her lavender, and she does like her, or she's telling me she likes her roses as well, Debs. So I'll leave you then, Christine. I didn't think it was you, Christine, so I'll stick with Debs at the moment. But she's talking to me about lavender, and she's talking to me about roses as well. She's talking to me about that. Now, she's talking about the month of April, and she's talking about July that means something to you as well, Debs. She's also bringing a link into America as well. But this is, she's telling me it's a future link. So somebody's going to be thinking about going to America as well. She's bringing in that. So watch for that coming up. In fact, Deb, she's talking about Florida with me, the Mickey Mouse ears she's given me. So watch for the link to Florida, okay, that she's bringing in as well. Now, there's a new baby. She's bringing in a new baby around you, Deb. So watch for that. But she's telling me that there is a twin link in your family as well. She's bringing in the twin link. All right, so watch for that as well. Oh, okay. She wants to say thank you, because I think you've been sending your prayers up to her, Debs, as well. So she wants... she's just said to me, if I keep doing this, it's because she's trying to get my attention. So she probably does this to you as well, Debs, where she's playing with your nose and you're forever doing this type of thing. But she's talking about you sending your prayers up to her. All right. She's just said to me, all received, thank you, Debs, all received, thank you. So she's receiving your prayers, basically. That's what she's saying. Now, she's told me that you should have dreamt of her. So if you dream of spirit and it's quite good, you're having a good conversation or something, you can remember it afterwards. It's a visit. She's trying to visit you to let you know, in her words, to let you know I'm okay, she's saying, because she's saying people are asking or wondering if I'm okay, she's saying, and I am okay. She's saying, I am okay. All right. So she's sending, oh, I've just seen that. Sorry, I've just seen your comment. She's saying she's sending healing to you, but she's also got her mom there with her, Debs, who's quite a strong healer as well. She's just said to me double trouble. So they're both sending you healing at the moment as well. She's talking about that. I don't know if this is you, Deb, or she's talking about herself. She's just mentioned somebody having a problem with a foot, one of their feet, and it's like it's all swelling up. What is it? I think it's a memory, Debs. Oh, right, is that what it is? They were a healer. Okay. She's talking about somebody's foot where it's all swelling up. I think this is a memory. It swelled up as a result of an infection or maybe a sting or something like that. She's got a memory of that as well. She's bringing you that. She's also wanting to bring you a... oh, she's just wiped the tears away, Debs, from me. So you've obviously had a few tears coming because she's wiping the tears away. So she's acknowledging that as well. She wants to give you the memory of a music box, like a jewelry box, a ballerina, you know, the ballerina ones with the mirrors at the back. She's giving you the memory of one of those. Now, somebody had one of them that went off on its own or something without anybody winding up. Oh, she says this ballerina box had a mind of its own. This musical box had a mind of its own and just went off randomly, Debs. If you can't remember it and you've got one at the moment, watch for it. Okay, because she's bringing that in as well. Well, that's unusual. Okay, she's just said to me, Deb, she wants me to, like, I'll be pointing at you if you were in front of me in a church setting. She's just said to me, have you had the butterfly come in the window yet? Have you had the butterfly come in the window yet? She's saying. So if you haven't had the butterfly that's just flew in and then flew out, watch for the little butterfly that's coming your way, Debs, because she's bringing that. For some reason, she wants to say, oh, I'm not a big fan of feathers, she's saying. I'm not a big, oh, there you go. I'm not a big fan of feathers, she's saying. It's because feathers aren't really, they have to be in a certain place, don't they? Or they can come from pillows. So they're not, she just said to me, not as good evidence sometimes. So be wary of the pillows. She's obviously sent you the butterfly. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say. Oh, there you go. Then that's why she's talking about the feathers then, isn't she? Oh, there's a baby coming, she's saying. Oh, I'm so excited, she's saying. She's rubbing her hands like this, Deb. I'm so excited. There's a new baby coming. And she's got so excited, she's made me bite my tongue. So I don't know if you've got the habit of biting your tongue. Oh, hang on. Oh, apparently, Deb, somebody, if they talk too quickly, they bite their tongue, and she's just made me do that. So I don't know whether she means she does it or somebody around you or perhaps yourself. If you're talking too quick, you tend to bite your tongue, and she's having a bit of a giggle about that as well. Oh, she's gone into eyebrows now, Deb. You know, I don't know what they call them, but you know when people go to beauty salons and they come out with these great big eyelashes and they're almost like painted on and they're like perfect in a line, you know what I mean? For some reason, she's talking to me about these eyebrows that kind of get painted on. I think they're tattooed. She's on about tattooed eyebrows or something, Debs. So oh, do you know what she means? Oh, that's good. It's hard to tell on here. I can get a reaction if you're in front of me, but it's hard to tell. Yeah, she's laughing at them. She can't quite, it's like I'm confused. I can't quite figure out what this tattooed eyebrows is. She's a bit confused with that. So she's having a bit of a giggle. Now she's doing this, Debs. Somebody had the habit of when they got blocked ears, they'd stick their finger in like this and they'd give it a bit of a wobble like this. And she's saying, who used to do this? Who used to do this? Get your finger out of your ear, she's saying. Get your finger out of your ear. I think it's a memory. Somebody used to do it. Oh, is it your dad? She's quite annoyed. It must be annoying her because she's just said, get your finger out your ear, she's saying. You've got John up there as well, or she has. She's got a John up there, but she's also got a Tom up there as well. A Tom. Okay, that wants to say hello to you as well. I've come, she says, because I want to reassure you that I'm still here, because people are, her words are, people are wondering if I've left. She's saying, people are wondering if I've left, and I haven't left. I haven't left, she's saying. I'm still here. She's almost, Debs, making me swear. You know what I mean? Not bad swearing. I'm not left. I'm here. I'm here, she's saying. So, of course, I haven't left. So I've come just to reassure you that I am still here. She must have been a strong woman, Debs, because she just said to me, and I'm still capable of giving people a piece of my mind if I have to, she's saying, because she'll just come through mediums to give people a piece of her mind, I think. So she's having a bit of a giggle. Rosemary, she's saying she knows of Rosemary as well. She wants to give you healing because she's talking about there's been a lot going on around you. She says, but I can see what's coming up, she's saying. I can see what's coming up, she's saying. And there are nice things coming up, she's saying. She wants me, I don't know how to quite put it, so I'll put it in my words, but she's, you know, there's nice things coming up, Debs, but it's not all smooth going. You know what I mean? There's going to be something nice, and then you're going to go through a little bit of a patch, and then there's going to be nice and something else nice. You know what I mean, Debs? But she says there are things to look forward to, including a trip to Spain for somebody. Somebody's going to be on about going to Spain. Somebody's going to be on about going to Tenerife, she's saying. Somebody's got an interest in Tenerife. Okay. Anything else? Watch for, she's going to go in a minute, but she's just saying, watch for things moving around you. Watch for things moving around you, Debs, as in she's moving things to try and get your attention. Somebody needs to stop pouring fat down the sink because it's going to get blocked. She's actually just said to me, somebody's going to have to be calling out a drain unblocker, you know, like a Dynarod or something if you're not careful. So watch for whoever this is pouring fat down. They've got to be watching for it. But she's saying she's lovely. She's very family orientated, but she's quite powerful as well. Okay, she's quite powerful as well. So she'll say a piece, and even though she's in the spirit world, she's still saying, I can still have my piece. She's saying, I can still say what I want to say. She's saying, if I have to, I will get involved, she's just said to me. Okay, but she's lovely. She says, I love all my family. She says, but I'm still here. I'm very much involved, she's saying. And I think she's going to go now. Thank you for kissing her photograph. Somebody kisses her photograph as well. So whoever that is, she wants to say thank you. Thank you for kissing my photograph, she's saying. Anything more? No. She's going now, Deb. So I hope that was okay for you. Right. I've got them coming in quick. I don't know what time is. Let's have a look. I've got a lovely, very Scottish lady. I've got a lovely Scottish mom here. She's talking obviously in a Scottish accent, so I'm having to say to her, you have to slow down a little bit. But a lovely Scottish lady coming through. Now, she's a powerhouse as well, but she's pure Scot. You know what I mean? If this is your mum, Christine, lovely accent, but very difficult to understand if she goes too quickly. You know what I mean? She's slowing it down for me, but I know she had a real strong Scottish accent. But if anyone else can take it, let me know, just in case there's somebody else, Christine, coming through. But coming through to, you know, Spirit don't really tell you off, but she wants to tell you off for your own good. This is a telling off for, I wish she'd look after herself. I wish she'd look after herself. She's talking about that. So I don't know who this is. Was she Debs? Oh, I think I've still got your mum with me, Debs, because she's, so it might be for you, Debs, but I'm moving to someone else. So it could be a double kind of link. Take your mum, take the Scottish accent, but she's still here, Debs, because she's making my nose itch. Right, where are we? Who do you want to go to? Scottish. Between Christine and Connie at the moment then. But she said mum, so I've got to go for a mum. Yeah. Oh, she's quite feisty, this lady is. So I don't know if it is for you, Christine, yet, because she's saying, of course I'm a mum, but I am a nan too, she's saying. I am a nan too. But she's got a link to, I know I've said Scotland, but she's talking about Edinburgh as well. She's bringing Edinburgh. So I know she's got this link to Edinburgh, and she's talking about somebody that wants to go up there exploring. So somebody wants to go to Scotland and have a good look around as well. So somebody's obviously been talking about a tour or something like that, and she's been listening to that. Now she's talking about the month of April means something, and also October she's bringing to me as well. Do you, Debs? Hold on to it, Deb. So I think I've moved on, but don't, you know, you take little bits of it as well, because sometimes they'll hang around, and two people I've got in spirit will apply to two people, you know what I mean? So you take your bits as well. Okay, Christine, let's go to Christine then. But if you can take it as well, Connie, listen up, okay? But she's talking about, she's feisty. I know she's feisty, Christine. I know somebody's been talking about Scotland. She's talking about April, and she's talking about October as well. She's also talking about somebody's birthday is nearby as well. She's not telling me who, but she's telling me there is a birthday coming up. There is a birthday coming up. But she's also saying there is an anniversary of a passing coming up as well, she's saying. And there is an anniversary of a passing in July, she tells me as well. So you might have to think about that as well. There is another baby coming around you, Christine. She likes her babies. Your mum likes her babies, because she's talking about babies. But she's telling me that I've counted at least 3 babies. There's quite a few babies that have gone to spirit from your family as well that she's bringing in. At least 3 I want to give you as well that she's bringing in to say hello to you. Also, all right, Christine, also Tom in spirit for you. And also Jack in spirit for you as well. Now, the spiritual things going on in your house, Christine, she's knocking pictures, you know what I mean, when they go on the skew if. And if it's not in your house, somebody's getting quite annoyed because their pictures are going on the skew if quite a lot. And she's the one that's doing it because she's trying to wind people up. Okay, all right, so watch for pictures going on the skew if. Now, you will have... there's a fair amount, these are all words, by the way, there's a fair amount of perfume scent coming around you at the moment, Christine. Chris, she's calling you Chris. So hopefully she used to shorten it, but she's just made me shorten it to Chris. But she's saying there's a fair amount of perfume or scent coming around you at the moment, Chris, because we're trying to get your attention. We're trying to let you know that we're around, because there is the need. This is her words, by the way. There is the need for us to reassure you at the moment that we are around. Okay. You're similar. Okay, Debs, you can take it as well. But yeah, so you need the reassurance at the moment, but she's also saying you need some healing as well, Christine. Okay. Now, your mum's just put, she's talking about a stroke. She's put a stroke condition on me, but this person is already in spirit. So there's somebody in spirit that passed with a stroke, because I've gone, my left arm's suddenly gone. And she wants to bring this lady to you, just to say hello to you. So she's talking about somebody that passed with a stroke that just wants to be remembered. There is a lady in spirit called Beryl. She wants to mention Beryl. And there is also Jeff in spirit as well. It's all right. She's giving me a name, Christine. I'm just trying to listen. I think this is a Scottish name anyway, but she wants me to give you the name of MacDonald as meaning something to you as well. Now, she's also given me Houston, but I don't, to be honest, I don't know whether she means the place, Houston, or oh no, it is the place. There's going to be a link to Houston then, Christine, that she's bringing in. I want to talk about Houston, she's saying. Somebody's got an interest in going to Houston, so watch for that. Also, somebody's got an interest in going to, we're on to America again, Elvis's place. She's just shown me where Elvis lives, Christine, and she wants to take me there. So somebody wants to go to wherever Elvis is, and I can't remember, she's not telling me, but remember she's told you that as well. And Las Vegas as well, Christine. But she's taking me to, she's talking about a wedding in Las Vegas. That's what she's talking to me about. So there's the interest in that, unless it's already happened and it's a memory. But she's talking about a wedding in Las Vegas as well. Oh, I can't get the name of this. Oh, Chris, she's talking about weddings. She knows of somebody. Oh, right. She knows of somebody that she describes of nipping off to Gretna Green. Somebody nipped off to Gretna Green, she's saying, to get married. So she knows of somebody. Hi, Deborah. She knows of somebody that did that. So I'm hoping you can take it. Gretna Green. They went to Gretna Green, she's saying. Anything else? Did I tell you there's a new baby coming, Christine? I don't know. She's just reinforced the new baby. I don't know if you've got Christine, you've got healing in your hands, but you've got healing in your hands. She's also talking about somebody that makes their own cards as well. She's aware of somebody that does their own cards as well. She wants to, I think this is a memory, unless you do it, I don't know. But she's talking about stamps. When they do the crafts, but you can get these fancy stamps that you stamp on cards or make your own things, you know what I mean, and the ink and stamp them on the cards. For some reason, she wants me to give you that. I think it's a memory by the look of it. Oh, did they? There you go. So she's talking about that as well. Somebody used to make their own Christmas cards when they were younger as well, Christine, because she's making Christmas cards and she's sprinkling the glitter on. She's making them with glitter. All right, she's talking to me about that as well. Just bringing you a lot of memories. She's saying, I'm bringing you the memories to make you smile, because you seem to have lost your smile a little bit. So she's trying to bring the happiness back, she's saying. Them are her words, by the way. Trying to bring the smile and the happiness back to you. But we're around. She's saying you don't need me, like Deb. You don't need me to let you know that spirit around you, because you're already aware of that. Oh, there you go. But it's always reassuring when somebody else gives you the message, she says. But she's sending a love together with a lot of people in spirit, because a lot of people in spirit as well. So you've got them all around you as well. The name Joan wants to say hello to you as well. Joan wants to be remembered to you as well. Okay, I'm leaving you, I think, Christine, because I know I'm running short of time soon, but I've got this lovely granddad that's edging his way in. So I'll leave that with you, Chris. Oh, you see, I nearly called you Chris again and you've just popped that up. I'll leave that love with you then, Christine. Okay, I hope that was okay. I've got this lovely granddad with me. He's looking for his granddaughter. So I've got this lovely granddad with me that's looking for his granddaughter on here. She lost you, whoever you are on here, you lost your granddad when you was little, okay? But you should be able to remember him bouncing you on his knee, because he's talking about you sitting on his knee and he's reading you like they did, but I've got to give it, because he's making me give it. So he's talking about reading you books while sitting on your knee. You're very close to this granddad. So if you've got a lovely granddad, and he's actually said to me, if you've got a lovely granddad here in heaven, he's saying, and he used to sit with me on my knee, and we used to bounce around on my knee, and I used to read you stories before you went to bed, and I used to cuddle you in my bed as well. You know what I mean? If he used to snuggle up with you while he was reading you that story in bed, and you were very close to him. I'm not saying this is his name, but he's talking about the name Albert will mean something to you. So you're probably going to find the name Albert. All right, he's talking about that. So there's going to be a lot of people, isn't there? Now he's talking about, I'll narrow it down because I knew there was going to be a lot that can take a lovely granddad like this. He always kept his shoes lovely and clean and shiny, but he had these slippers that were like kind of checked, like a brownie coloured slipper, but they were kind of a checked pattern on the top. He's talking about that. My granddad passed when I was 21 and had an uncle Albert. See if you can take the rest on, Lisa. He's talking about the slippers as well that were checked brown, kind of tartan typey things. So Megan, hang on a minute. Okay, Megan, let's go to Megan. But because I think this might be a message where a lot of people are going to be able to take it. So if you can take it, because sometimes spirit will get to a load of people at once because they're about to go. So let's concentrate on Megan, because the slippers, and Chloe as well. The slippers are important because he's trying to narrow it down. He's just said to me, Megan, also that somebody recently has been speaking about him to a younger person. So I don't know if you've been speaking to a child about him recently or pointing him out on photographs or something like that, but he's aware of that. And he's also talking about, I want to make sure I'm with you, you see, he's also talking about somebody that loves their hot chocolate. And he's talking about, okay, you know, when you put the little marshmallows on top of the hot chocolate, he's been watching somebody do that as well. Is that you, Megan? He's been bringing that. Your daughter, is she the, does she wave her arms a bit? I want to wave my arms a little bit, Megan. All right, like I'm dancing or something like that. Or like I'm a fairy. He's just said to me like I'm a fairy. Oh, coming to you then, Megan, for the moment. But if anybody can take it, please take little bits as well, because it won't hurt. It just means that they're bringing back memories back for you as well. So he's aware of your daughter. He's talking about her flinging her arms everywhere. So there's some, oh, there you're running around and dancing. But with your daughter, he also wants to give her angels. So I don't know if she likes her angels or her fairies or something, Megan. It's as if I'm holding a little fairy from here or something. You know, I'm dangling a little fairy, and he's bringing that to you as well. But he's come because he's talking. You must talk about him a lot, because he's saying, his words are, I feel like I've been handed down, he's saying, in a nice way, you know what I mean? Because you've spoken to him and he feels like he's been handed down to the next generation, and he's loving that. He's talking about, someone's changing the subject now, Megan. He's talking about somebody with a military haircut. So I don't know who's had their haircut really short recently, but like almost like a marine cut, Megan, you know, in the Marines. Somebody's had their hair shaved. Oh, hang on a minute, Megan, I might have got that wrong. Or I might have two things. Sometimes I get a bit confused, so you have to bear with me a sec. Now, first of all, I thought he was talking about a very short haircut or military friends, but he's also, so this is separate than Megan, because he's suddenly telling me that somebody, and I don't know whether this is a memory or it's coming up, you know, when people have their head shaved for a charity or something like that to raise funds, he's bringing that in. So if it hasn't already happened, Megan, what's for somebody that's going to volunteer their hair, like for a charity or something like that, their head shaved? He's bringing that in. Now he's putting glasses on you, Megan. So I don't know if you need them, or your eyes are getting a little bit tired, but you may need a little bit of help, because he's talking about your eyes getting a little bit tired. But he's also putting drops in your eyes as well, you know, because they're a bit dry, you know what I mean? Megan is putting drops in your eyes as well, talking about that as well. You're supposed to, okay. There's a new baby coming around you, Megan, and he tells me this is family. So what's for the new baby coming? He's talking about the month of April means something to you. And also July and November will mean something to you as well. There is an anniversary of a passing nearby, he's saying. There's an anniversary of a passing. Somebody, he says, has lit a candle for somebody in spirit as well. Okay, so he's aware of that as well. And he wants to say thank you, whoever that was. It's just gone back to April, saying there's 2 dates in April. And one of them is... oh, there you go. He's also talking about the 15th of a month and also the 19th of a month. He's just gone back to the candle. Thank you for lighting the candle for somebody in spirit as well. He's bringing a memory, or I don't know whether he means you've been doing this with your daughter or something, but I've got the rolling pin out and I'm making like pastry or something like that. He's bringing the rolling pin out as well, bringing that out. So there's a memory there as well. Buttercup syrup, Megan. Isn't that a cough medicine or something? Buttercup syrup. He's bringing buttercup syrup. So I think it's a medicine or a cough medicine. So somebody must have that or something. He's bringing that. Now, you look quite young if that's you on the photograph, but he wants me to bring you... oh, there you go. He wants me to bring you camp coffee. Now, this was in a jar. It's like a liquid coffee. All right. He's bringing that to you. I think it's a memory, because he's telling me that there's a lady in spirit that used to have camp coffee with her. It feels like your nan or someone like that used to have camp coffee. So that's a memory as well. This lady in spirit also had a china tea set as well. Loved her china cups and saucers because she's holding a cup and saucer like this. Okay, so a lovely lady that owns a lovely china tea set in spirit wants to say hello. The name Dottie from spirit wants to say hello to you, and also Jack from spirit wants to say hello to you, and George as well. The old names coming out. So Jack, George wants to say hello, and also the name Martha. Martha from spirit will mean something. Now I think you're going to find out about Martha, so hold on to her name because I think somebody will find it, or her name might be mentioned or something. He says somebody's thinking of going on a cruise. He's heard the conversation about going on a cruise. Somebody wants to go to Italy. He's talking to me about Italy as well, so somebody wants to go to Italy. He's bringing that in as well. Anything else? Just wanted to say hello. He says, he's like this, look. I just wanted to pop in and say hello and make sure everybody was all right. He's saying, just wanted to pop in and say hello. So a little conversation from him. General conversation, he's saying. Just wanted to pop in. Send my love to the family, he's saying. Watch for the signs because we are around you, Megan is saying. We are around. You're very good. You're picking up spirit. You can sense when they're around you. So bear that in mind because he's quite strong as well. He's quite strong when he comes. So watch for him coming around you and giving you signs. Watch for your telly suddenly going off because they're quite capable of doing that. And I think he is, to be honest. So watch for your telly going off. And I think he's going to go now. Okay, blowing your kisses also for your daughter as well, and if you've got any other children, I don't know, but he's blowing kisses for the family, he's saying. So I hope that was okay for you, Megan, and I think I'm about done, Rob. I think I am about done. I'm getting a bit hot, actually.
Absolutely perfect, Deb. Thank you so much. Lovely messages there.
Oh, we got there in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. No, lovely. We've got Frank's cards coming up, which is a few minutes, and then we'll come back for a closing prayer, if that's all right.
Okie doke.
Perfect. All right. Well, good evening, friends. Thanks for staying with us tonight. Thanks for joining us. Always a lovely evening with Deb, but felt particularly high energy tonight. Lots of great evidence and good messages. So thank you, Deb. But because we can't get around to everyone, although Deb tried really hard, that's why Frank from our church draws 3 animal cards each week. And this is just an uplifting thought for the week ahead, so everyone can take something away from this. Frank recorded them earlier because he's at church tonight. So tune in to one of the 3 cards in this video clip. Each one's marked with a crystal. And let's see what Frank has for us this week.
Good evening. Our first crystal this evening is the rose quartz, and with that goes the card for the swan. The swan is associated with great depths of emotion and also psychic gift. You can completely trust what your intuition is telling you at this time. It's possible that you've been attending to the needs of others way too much, and thereby ignoring your own needs. So it's important to now find a balance so that you don't become emotionally exhausted yourself. The swan represents someone compassionate, loving, giving, and psychically aware, whose presence brings a sense of peace and tranquility. She probably understands you better than you do yourself and truly cares about how you're doing. And for that reason, she's always there with a comforting cup of tea or a shoulder to cry on whenever you need it. Or a pat on the back if the situation calls for it. If she appears a little tired, that's because she's been over-giving and not taking care of herself. Do her a favour now and try to convince her that it's time to take a rest. Incredibly beautiful and graceful, swans are symbols of elegance, intuition and love. They also suggest a passion for beauty and art. As in the fairy tale The Ugly Duckling, they can represent your self-worth and see the beauty in others that they may not see in themselves. So the swan reminds you that it's not what you see that is beauty, but the inner beauty inside the person that truly matters. And our second crystal is the amethyst, and with that is the card for the dolphin. The dolphin is about working in cooperation with others, providing protection or assistance, and giving confidence and instinctively knowing what to do and when to do it. The dolphin says it's time to get busy. An opportunity has arisen and it needs your full attention right now. The dolphin demands that you take immediate action, but while expediency is critical, there is nothing here that you can't handle. Trust your instincts and move forward. When the dolphin represents a person, he is very much the knight in shining armour, who rushes in to help when needed. He is passionate, charming, confident and charismatic, a person who can skillfully manage many issues at once. But he can also be a bit restless and need a challenge as well. Without that challenge, he may wander off in search of a new adventure. Dolphins are among the most delightful of all our Earth's creatures. They're loving, playful and extremely intelligent. They see life as one big joyful adventure and often work together as a team. They have their own moral compass and have been known to rush in and rescue members of their own species and also others, including the humans. In some cases, dolphins may help a struggling mammal get to the surface so that it doesn't drown but can breathe once more. As an analogy, it could be said that when you have too much to do, this knight might show up to help you get your head above water and swim with the flow once more. And our third crystal is the citrine, and with that goes the card for the dachshund dog. Be it long-haired or short-haired, in either case, dachshunds are sweet dogs, known for being energetic and devoted, but always a tiny bit stubborn. Because of this, they can alert you that you're taking too long to make a choice that is before you, or can help represent a great opportunity that you could let slip through your fingers if you are indecisive. If you're at a standstill or stalemate and are failing to choose what is really getting in your way, then now's the time to ask yourself, what is it that's holding me back? Often you're torn between what you want and what others may think you should have. So listen to your heart. Most of the time, the answer it gives you is correct. So follow your own personal guidance rather than do what others think you should be doing. If compromise is necessary, then start working on an arrangement that will satisfy both parties. Whatever it takes, now is the time to get moving and to get on with the job. 3 very good cards there with a lot of good advice about making decisions and about deciding it's time to move on. Thank you for listening.
Lovely. Thank you, Frank. All right, friends, let's bring this service to a close. We'll go back to Deb for a closing prayer, and then I'll play out the closing Vesper as usual. Thank you, Deb.
Divine Spirit, now that our service is drawing to a close, we thank everybody here for coming and thank our friends in the spirit world for showing us again that life is eternal. We ask a blessing on each and every one of us here today and the families which they represent. May they go away safe in the knowledge that their loved ones are with them always. Amen.
Well, a big thank you to Deb for tonight's service. Deb supports us very often at the church, and we really appreciate it. We had a lovely evening, so thank you, Deb. Thank you to our medium who's in church as well. That was Brenda Hodgson tonight. I hope you had a good evening in church, Brenda. Thank you to Donna for chairing in church. Thank you to Peter for the Bible reading tonight. And thank you to Frank for the cards at the end there. Thank you all for joining us tonight online and taking part in the service. It's lovely to have you with us. Hope you have a really lovely week ahead, and we will see you next Sunday at 6:30 again. Until then, take care. Good night.